Hello, wonderful people, and welcome to another wonderful video. I am your host, as always, Daniel Ball Sub, Daniel Baldwin, Daniel Ray Baldwin, whatever you want to call me. And today I'm going to be talking about E3. It's right around the corner. There's been a few teases, a few things like that out there, and I just really kind of want to talk about some of the things that we've saw and just kind of get a video out there so that I can kind of get some expectations out of the way. And then most likely not going to do this, but I will probably end up doing some kind of reaction to some of the E3 announcements and like what's confirmed, what's going to happen, stuff like that. And the first thing I want to talk about is, since you're seeing Watch Dogs gameplay here, Watch Dogs Legion. Now, this game has been teased. There's been rumors and stuff like that, and the main rumor is that it's going to be super ambitious. It's going to be crazy. Basically going to make the NPCs in Red Dead Redemption 2, in my opinion, make them look like NPCs from like 20 years ago, because the idea that the rumor's been spreading around that the NPCs in Watch Dogs Legion are going to be completely controllable. So supposedly you're going to be able to control each and every NPC that you encounter, and yeah, that's pretty huge. That's a pretty big deal. It's very ambitious. It's very kind of creative and crazy. There's no telling how it's all going to work out. The rumor is saying that based on what NPC you're controlling, you're probably going to have different results for different missions and stuff like that. So, controlling other people is going to be, it's going to change how things play out. So that's definitely an interesting concept, and it kind of makes sense because the game is called Watch Dogs Legion. So I guess the Legion of it is, all the NPCs that you can just kind of take control of. Now, the way that I think it's actually going to end up happening is that you're limited in the amount of NPCs you can control, or there will be like, hey, there's only like 5 types of NPCs, so there's only like 5 different personalities between each of them, or something like that. I feel like there's going to be a lot more limited than what we think it's going to be. Now, Watch Dogs Legion is set to take place in London. So that's kind of interesting. I'm actually really excited about that. So there's no telling how that's gonna work out. It's supposed to be like a dystopian, near dystopian future, stuff like that. So I'm kind of interested in this and stuff. And yeah, I'm honestly pretty excited about this. I can't wait. Watch Dogs. I really loved Watch Dogs. I haven't even been able to really find a Watch Dogs 2. I might end up just looking at my PS4 after I finish recording this and seeing if I can just download it there. But Watch Dogs is really cool. I loved the original Watch Dogs, and I'm really excited about Watch Dogs Legion. So I just wanted to say that first, since that you're kind of seeing Watch Dogs gameplay here. So next, there is going to be a SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom reboot, I guess. It's called Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated, so it looks like it's going to be just a reboot of the original Battle for Bikini Bottom that came out around the PS2 era. I actually think I still have the physical copy over here, in my drawer here. But that game was so good. It was one of the best SpongeBob games that I've ever played. It was so good. I remember, beating the game and still coming back to it later on and being able to replay some moments. I don't know how replayable it truly was, but it was pretty good. I loved it. There was a lot of like interesting puzzles and stuff, like how can you get this golden spatula? Trying to get it and then figuring it out and be like feeling so good about yourself. But there really isn't much information on this. It just seems like it's just going to straight up be a SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom reboot. So I'm actually excited about that. Anyway, moving on, some other things that we got out of E3. Well, maybe not out of E3 yet. Some stuff that we probably going to get. Stuff that I'm kind of expecting and hoping to get out of it anyway. I'm hoping to get some more PS5 news, which we probably won't. Xbox have said that, I think they said that they're going to talk about their next console there. I'm pretty sure PS5 isn't going to. I don't think they're even attending E3. I may be wrong about that though, because I'm pretty sure PlayStation decided that they were going to kind of do their own thing, not go to E3. They're gonna kind of like tease stuff throughout the year just differently, because it kind of sounded like they just didn't have enough to talk about. But the PS5, it would be pretty cool if that during E3 or after E3 or something like that, PlayStation and Sony, they end up giving their information out at the same time, kind of like a Nintendo Direct thing, but they do it around E3 time, like right around it, and just kind of give out a bunch of information, like, hey, this is a game that's coming up, this is another game that's coming up, by the way, this is information on the PS5. I'm kind of hoping that we get something like that, not necessarily in E3, because I'm pretty sure Sony and PlayStation, they're not. I'm pretty sure they're not attending it at all. But who knows? Uh, anyway, like the Xbox, I'm not really sure what I'm expecting out of the next Xbox. To be honest, I really don't like Xbox that much. So uh, I don't really know what to expect from it. Or I mean, I assume it's going to be way more powerful. To be honest, I think it's going to be basically the same specs as PS5. I think it's going to improve, load time, stuff like that. I feel like it's going to be future proof in a means that like they can eventually support 8K. I imagine there's going to be stuff like that. Um, I feel like what Xbox is going to do though is I feel like they're going to release two consoles at the same time. I think they're going to because they already have the all digital one. I feel like this is going to be another all digital one that they do, or like an enhanced version of whatever's coming out. Xbox usually they're really weird about it, but they usually release a console and then like 6 months later, or not even a year later, they will release another one that's very similar to the other one, like the Xbox One, and then they did an Xbox One S, and then Xbox One X, and it just kind of kept going out of that, and it wasn't necessarily ever the next big console. It was always just kind of a slightly upgraded version of the Xbox One. So not really sure what to expect from them. They did announce something about gamer shampoo and stuff like that, cologne and stuff like that. I'm not really sure what to expect out of that. I imagine it smells. Well, honestly, it probably just smells like cologne. If we're going to be just straight up honest, that's probably what it's just going to smell like. Um, I don't know. I'm not really into that kind of stuff, but that was something kind of goofy that I thought was kind of funny. Just go ahead and add in there. We're probably going to, well, we probably won't see anything about that in E3, but that was just something kind of random that I just might add in there since we're talking about Xbox. What else has happened? Uh, for some reason, I'm really expecting um, something big to happen with like Master Chief, not Master Chief, but the Halo Infinite. I feel like we're gonna get something big out of this in E3. They teased something like a year ago. The original Halo Infinite. They basically announced it. I feel like we're gonna get a little bit more information during E3. I really hope so. That's what I'm hoping we do because Xbox is gonna be here. They're most likely gonna talk about their new console here, and when they do, they're probably gonna be like, also it's gonna come with Halo Infinite or something like that. They're probably throwing that in there, and then not necessarily show a demo of the game, but I think they're going to show us a little bit more information about Halo Infinite during E3. That's really kind of what I hope. There was rumors that Netflix is going to come to E3 and talk about games or something. So I think what Netflix is going to be doing is they're weird. They have some weird interactive stuff on their service. Like they have the weird You versus Wild game that's on there. It's extremely weird. It's a very cringy thing to play through and watch. It's kind of really weird. They're probably going to announce something similar to it. I imagine that since they've had a little bit more experience in this now, they're probably going to actually release something that's semi good. It's probably going to still be very terrible, but Netflix is coming to E3 and they're probably going to talk about stuff like that. They might even add in some of their Netflix original stuff like that and mention some games that are based off of their Netflix original. So we're probably going to see some kind of, we may see some kind of Stranger Things game kind of thing information. So that's probably what's going to happen with Netflix coming to E3, which I thought that was actually really weird when I heard that. I think it was a rumor, but it actually kind of makes sense because they do have the You versus Wild. They have delved into games before. They did do the um they did have a little bit of involvement with the Stranger Things Telltale series. So different stuff like that. They may mention a few things about Stranger Things the game. So who knows? Something else that's going to happen probably at E3 or something that I'm hoping it happens, stuff I'm expecting, is some information about the new Avengers game that's going to come out. I'm actually really excited about this. I'm a little bit hyped. It's just a little bit too much, just a little bit too much. And it looks. I mean, we haven't even seen anything, but I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to um, be really good. I feel like the best way to go about it is to basically give everyone this huge open world. I almost want it to be uh like a online service multiplayer kind of thing, like a free to play game, kind of like the DC Universe game, where it's like, oh, you're in this big open world, you can choose different characters and stuff like that. I feel like I almost want it to be like that, but I also really don't. What I think is going to end up happening though is going to be, I feel like it's going to take some traits from Spider-Man, the Spider-Man game. I think it's going to take some of the elements from that. You know, you're going to have this big open world. There's going to be different locations that you can go to get different missions, or maybe just one main Avengers Tower or something like that. I really hope that they, when this game comes out or when they release it or announce it or whatever here at E3, I hope they kind of show a little bit of gameplay, because I'm really curious about, you know, the way they're going to go about, you know, doing different characters and stuff. You know, I mentioned Spider-Man. Spider-Man, you know, when you play in that game, you literally feel like Spider-Man. I don't know if they're going to necessarily be able to do that for every single character in the Avengers, because there's a lot of Avengers characters. As another thing too, is like there's been a lot of Avengers and a lot of people that you could consider as symbol Avengers. So who all is going to be in this game? You know, you're probably most likely going to have, you know, the original basic ones. You know, you're going to have Hulk, you know, Tony, Captain America, Thor. You're probably most likely going to have those. But you know, what else are you going to have after that? I imagine you're going to get Spider-Man. I imagine you're going to get Captain Marvel, because you know she's the big new thing. People don't really like her that much, but you know, probably going to add her in there. Just different stuff. I'm actually really curious. I really have so many questions about the Avengers game. I just want them all answered. Like what exactly are all the characters going to be? What exactly is the story of this game? How are the missions going to work out? How are the characters going to work out? Or is there going to be any kind of like PvP, or what's going to happen in this game? I actually really hope there's a good multiplayer element in there where it's not just co-op, because I'm pretty sure, since you're most likely going to be playing with like 4 different Avenger characters at once, there's going to be some form of co-op in this game. And what I'm hoping is that not only is it couch co-op, so I can like split screen, you know, whatever, local co-op, but I'm hoping that they do almost a PvP thing where you can almost basically battle characters against each other, or even have like, you know, some of the villains go against some of the heroes in some kind of interesting game mode where like Loki's attacking, you know, New York or something like that, and almost reenact that kind of scene from the original Avengers game. But I'm really hoping that there's some kind of PvP element to this game. I feel like if there is, it's definitely going to help the longevity of it. I hope it's a long game too, because like I said, I mentioned Spider-Man a minute ago. For some reason, every time I think of this Avengers game, it kind of reminds me of Spider-Man, even though we don't know a whole lot of information about it. But I feel that Spider-Man was a really quick game. I beat it in like 2 days. You know, 16 hours, 15 hours, whatever. I beat it in just no time at all. So I'm really hoping that this game gives out a lot of content. You know, I hope it's as long as Red Dead Redemption 2, or as long as a Grand Theft Auto game or something. That's another thing. Now, this is a big stretch, and it's a really it's a really out there idea, but I really kind of hope that we get some Grand Theft Auto 6 news soon. I really hope we get some kind of, you know, Grand Theft Auto information, Grand Theft Auto 6 information for E3. I really hope that they just throw that on us out of nowhere and just completely surprise us with it. That's one of my big hopes for this, because you know I just recently was able to finally download Grand Theft Auto 5, and I've been enjoying it. And you know, I've loved all the Grand Theft Auto games, and I'm actually a Grand Theft Auto fan, so I'm really excited about it. I really hope that we get some information on it. There has been, you know, rumors back in the day where it was going to include basically all the cities that we've had so far throughout the entire Grand Theft Auto franchise, and that it was going to be basically a character or multiple characters. You know, you start with basically nothing, and you decide to go become a drug lord, and you end up becoming this huge big deal for the whole city. That was one of the rumors that I heard a long time ago. There's no telling how true it is, but hopefully we get some kind of tease or information on it at E3. That's kind of one of the big things that I'm really hoping for. But who knows? Anyway, moving on, I guess probably the last thing I really want to talk about, I'm not sure if it's the last thing yet, but I want to talk about Call of Duty, because Call of Duty, I'm actually really excited about Call of Duty 2. This is the first time I've ever been hyped for a Call of Duty game. So Call of Duty Modern Warfare, it's coming out soon. It's coming out in October, so there's you know, plenty of opportunity for them to just, you know, show it at E3 and be like, hey, here's some gameplay, here's a little bit of information. Maybe not necessarily gameplay, but they may. This is a really big stretch too, but I really kind of hope we get a gameplay trailer for Call of Duty Modern Warfare. That's kind of what I'm hoping for Call of Duty when it comes in at E3 and does their thing. That's really kind of what I'm hoping for them. Maybe they'll do it, maybe they won't. I imagine they're going to release it probably later or a little bit closer to the actual release date, but who knows? I really just want to get more information out there about Call of Duty Modern Warfare, though. So hopefully they will clear up some things about some of the rumors, different stuff like that. Hopefully they will talk about a little bit more about like what the missions mean and stuff like that. I think there was a rumor or a leak or something like that. Something happened recently. I didn't read the article. I should have read it, but someone mentioned something where uh, since you have some decisions to make throughout the campaign, supposedly there's going to be almost a karma system. So if you have, if you've been killing everyone that you're just not necessarily supposed to kill, but it gives you the opportunity to kill whoever you want. If you're being bad, it's going to change the outcome of different missions and uh, the overall story. And I really hope that's true, and I hope they kind of mention that here at E3. I hope they mention some of the other rumors and stuff about um, the third game mode, because they're not adding in zombies, so hopefully they add in something else, which I'm totally okay with. I don't really like zombies. And every Call of Duty YouTuber that I watch, they don't play zombies either. So it's almost I don't know how popular it really is, to be honest. I never really see anyone being like, yeah, I love Call of Duty Zombies. So I'm totally fine with it leaving because I don't like Call of Duty Zombies. But it almost seems like they're not doing it partially because it's not super popular. Um, anyway, hopefully we get some more information. Hopefully get some information about more of like what the story of the campaign is going to be. Hopefully, we get more gameplay elements. Like, hey, this is what the game is going to look like like actual gameplay footage. Basically, I hope we get some more information. I don't know what I'm hoping for this exactly. I just want to be blown away by Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I want to be blown away by all of these, but I'm so hyped for Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I'm really hyped about Watch Dogs Legion 2, by the way. So I really hope there's really good information on that. But I'm really hyped for this game. It's the first Call of Duty game that I've ever been hyped for, so I really hope they give a lot of information out, and not necessarily a lot, but enough to be like, yes, this is definitely going in the right direction. I really hope that they also mention what their microtransactions plans are going to be, which they're most likely not going to, but that's really what I hope, because they mentioned that they're not going to have a traditional season pass, but what is the traditional season pass? What even is that? And what do they mean by they're not going to have a traditional season pass? So hopefully we get to figure out more about what their plans are for this game. Stuff like that. They just recently crapped all over a couple of games. Adding hiding guns behind loot boxes and stuff in Black Ops 4. So hopefully they just mentioned that there's going to be no loot boxes. They're not going to restrict anything to that, which loot boxes, there's been a whole legal battle. There's a good chance that they're going to be illegal soon, so it's not really a good move for Call of Duty or really any game to add loot boxes in right now, because there's a good chance that they're just going to be completely banned, like across the board. They've already been banned in other countries. It's just not a good plan for any of these businesses right now to just do it. I guess since Black Ops 4, since they're about to basically kill it when Modern Warfare comes out, it kind of makes sense for them to just kind of sit here and try and milk the crap out of it. The one boom he mentioned, and I think he said it best when he said that Call of Duty Black Ops 4 is a marketing test to see how much they can get away with in microtransactions. It's basically just one big marketing tool for them to be like, hey, are people can I do this? And then they're gauging reactions and stuff like that. That may be why we've gotten some good news about the microtransactions about Modern Warfare so far. The no traditional season pass, stuff like that. So, and the free maps for everyone. That may be why this is kind of happening for this game, because they've gathered their data in Black Ops 4. But anyway, I think that's going to do it. I think that's really all I want to talk about. I really kind of want to talk about some Pokemon stuff too, but that's kind of Nintendo, and I don't really know what their plans are. They've been kind of just releasing different Pokemon trailers and just all kinds of information out there right now. So I'm just gonna skip Pokemon. Maybe do it for a separate video. Once kind of things settle down for Pokemon, because they've been all over the place right now. They announced a handful of games out of nowhere. It's crazy. But anyway, that's kind of those are basically my main hopes for, you know, E3. What I'm kind of expecting and what I think is going to happen. And, you know, like I said, I'm going to try and just get like once E3 happens, I'm just going to kind of look at everything and be like, hey, this is good. You know, just kind of end up reacting to it and talking about it or something like that. Anyway, that's going to do it for the video. So don't forget to like, subscribe, share, you know, do those wonderful things, because when you do those wonderful things, not only do you get access to wonderful content, but you become wonderful yourself. Anyway, that's it. See you around and stay wonderful.
I'm gonna get out of here now before these other guys get me. I just gotta lose these people now and we're good. What is this guy doing? Stop it! Oh my god! You know what? Give me— oh god! That killed me! Ah! He pushed me against the cliff!